I'm Lynn Prowse-Bishop. Welcome to the Virtual Business Show. Today we're going to be looking at damage to your online brand. I have talked before at the podcast about damaging your online reputation and the importance of using social media effectively, but today I'm sharing an example of a recent interaction online that highlights just what one comment or post can do. It's been an interesting couple of months since the inauguration of Donald Trump to the US presidency and the Women's March that took place on the 21st of January, when an estimated 5 million women worldwide staged peaceful marches in support of women's rights, which were aimed at President Trump and his statements and positions that were deemed to be anti-women or otherwise reprehensible. The marches aimed to increase awareness of immigration reform, healthcare reform, protection of the natural environment, LGBTQ rights, racial justice, freedom of religion, and workers' rights. I've included a link to some information on the podcast page about the Women's March if you're interested in looking into it further. Now, this isn't a political piece or a feminist piece, but a discussion about one retailer online who made a very big mistake. They discussed their political position on their Facebook business page, and then went further and attacked the women who participated in any of the marches and told them they weren't welcome in her store. Okay, so in an attempt to share the exact truth as opposed to alternate facts, this is what her public post shared to her business page on 25th of January actually said. So I'll quote it for you. With the recent Women's March on Washington, I ask that if you want yarn for any project for the women's movement, that you please shop for yarn elsewhere. The vulgarity, vile, and evilness of this movement is absolutely despicable. That kind of behaviour is unacceptable and is not welcomed at her store name. I will never need that kind of business to remain open. Two wrongs will never ever make it right. As the owner of this business and a Christian, I have a duty to my customers and my community to promote values of mutual respect, love, compassion, understanding, and integrity. The women's movement is counterproductive to unity of family, friends, community, and nation. I do pray for these women. May the God work out his love in their hearts and continue to heal and unite Americans. Now, within one day, her page went from a 5-star rating to a 1.5-star rating. She had at that time just over 4,100 likers, but that post got over 7,800 shares, a total of nearly 21,000 reactions, and nearly 14,500 comments, and over 11,000 reviews to her page, the vast majority of which were negative, not only calling out her bigotry, but actually suggesting visitors shop at competitor pages and sharing the links to those pages. In 10 days, her page likes increased to over 5,800 and her followers to over 6,000. In a couple of months, she's drawn over 8,600 likers and nearly 9,000 followers. But most posts that she now makes receive a barrage of comments. She attempted a redirect post the next day to try and counter the damage, and that resulted in 15 shares, over 400 reactions, and over 600 comments, most of them calling out her bigotry again and again, suggesting other stores. Whilst the increase in engagement and follower stats is astounding and would ordinarily be seen as a massive positive by any business, this is really very negative. She's already removed the reviews section from her page, and the star rating is gone. She's also now removed the visitor post section. She has since gone on to get some media publicity for it, only in America, right? And I have no doubt she views this as a positive for her business, but it does highlight a very important rule in social media for business. Her badly thought out, if it was thought out at all, post might have been in accordance with her beliefs, her political position, or her religion, but it was overwhelmingly negative for her brand and highlights the dangers of confusing your personal Facebook profile with your business one. First, it would have been more effective had she been the only seller in her market segment of yarn, but she isn't, not by a long shot, and now people are being directed to shop elsewhere. I mean, after all, she told potential customers who don't share her opinion to do so. Second, never ever disrespect your customers and potential customers. What does politics or religion have to do with selling yarn? You might disagree with something going on in society right now, but don't use it to alienate some, or in this case a large portion, of your potential customer base. Third, this highlights the viral nature of social media. This annoyed a lot of people. They shared it. It was a public post, so they could. That brought more people to the page, who likewise commented and shared. It resulted in a barrage of not so much abuse, but some very pointed commentary on her bigotry. She tried to counter that she would not have her post used as a platform to hash out your beliefs versus my beliefs, that she had said her piece, but that this was her policy and she was happy to live with it. Unfortunately, she opened the floodgates when she used her business page as a platform for pontificating not only her beliefs, but abused people she didn't know for theirs. That's what her personal profile could have been used for, not her business page. You should never ever discuss politics or religion or any personal opinion on your business page. Whilst it's true engagement requires around 20% of posts to be personal so that your visitors can see you're a real person, draw the line at contentious issues. Save opinion posts for your personal page if you must, but never make them public. The damage to her brand could be irreparable and potentially irreversible. Her statement, "I will never need that kind of business to remain open," may prove fatally ironic. Don't make the same mistake in your business. I'm Prowse-Bishop. Thanks so much for listening.